On to part two. Where can you find these amazing advanced topicals? Well, they are out and about. There are a few that have been around for quite some time, but a lot of the technology is new, which we like. We want to see improvements over time. I will applaud SkinMedica for always having great research and development, even though they are a traditionally big company and a lot of us like indie brands. It does take a lot of research and development and a lot of funding to be able to safely craft a lot of these products. So I applaud them for not just sticking with the same old formula they've had for decades. They have come out with improved iterations throughout the years, and TNS Advanced Plus is the latest and greatest. It is pricey, so know that most of these are going to be fairly pricey, so they're not for everybody, but also know that you aren't 100% missing out. I will do a little more deep dive and do a budget version of this, but these are just the heavy hitters and also what the viewer who requested this video was looking into. TNS Advanced Plus, I would call the OG of growth factors. It's human fibroblast conditioned media, so it is a human-derived product. They process it for all the safety and whatnot, but it has growth factors from human fibroblasts, cytokines, soluble matrix proteins. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and anybody who uses this, I've run into plenty of folks over the years who use this in clinic who swear by it, and their skin looks great. So it does anecdotally provide great results. They have great research behind it. I'm not going to dig too deep into all of that, but it is the OG product. SkinMedica says that it targets angiogenesis, which is that blood supply. We want to have nice, healthy blood supply, which is something that really does decrease over time, especially when you get into advanced aging and we see laxity and volume loss and sagging of skin. Getting good circulation into that tissue will already make a big difference as far as the health of it and its ability to regenerate. As well as interleukin 6 and 8 mediators, so calming that inflammation, TGF beta 1 and PGF A, those are going to improve the extracellular matrix. That's the goo around the outside of cells, which is basically like Miracle-Gro. If you have good soil, the flowers that grow out of it are going to be healthier and stronger, as well as trifluoroacetyl tripeptide 2 or progeline. This is one that we have seen in a handful of other products on this channel. It's the one that inhibits progerin. Progerin is that skin cell senescence protein. So it's something that's always circulating in small concentrations, but once you get to advanced ages, it seems to have accumulated and it seems to impair youthful functioning of skin cells. So the idea is if you inhibit that and help it clear out, your skin cells will act a little bit more youthful. In their clinical studies, it increases, this is from the manufacturer of that molecule, a 2% concentration of it lifts 10%, shows a 10% lift of sagging skin after 56 days of twice daily use, and it increases elasticity and firmness by 20% in 28 days. Now, super hard to measure things like that just with the naked eye, if not impossible, but those are reasonable numbers and you should see a visible change. We don't have the concentration from TNS as far as how much is in here, but I would guess they would be using the appropriate concentration. That's benefit of the doubt to them. I do like that they aren't relying 100% on just the human conditioned media. When it comes to growth factors and platelets and any of these technologies, I still like the idea of including older technologies that are tried and true and not just relying. That's just sort of my approach to skincare in general, is let's diversify our risk. If we have a lot of different ingredients working towards the same goal, we are 99.9% of the time going to have a better outcome than if we just throw all of our eggs in one basket and say, human conditioned media. That's going to do it. We'll just put in a nice moisturizing base and call it a day. That'll be our anti-aging product. No, let's put in a bunch of different things so that we have a well-rounded product, especially for this price point. Right now, TNS Advanced Plus Serum is a 1 fluid ounce for $295. So that's the kind of price point we'll be talking about for the rest of these products as well. It is a twice daily use product. I kind of picked the hero product from each of these brands that the viewer requested. So if there's something else that I didn't cover that you really want me to cover specifically, let me know in the comments down below. NeoCutis, it's another brand that's been around for quite a while. They focus on growth factors as well. I focused on their BioSerum Firm Regenerating Growth Factor and Peptide Treatment. It runs 1 fluid ounce for $290, so very similar price point. They include palmitoyl tripeptide 1, which is a collagen 1 fragment. So that's the one that kind of tricks your body into seeing it and saying, oh no, there must be broken collagen, there must be a wound somewhere, let's send resources and start repairing collagen and upregulate that collagen synthesis. As well as progeroline, that's that trifluoroacetyl tripeptide 2 that we just talked about, reducing the senescent cells. And cutaneous lysate, that is another human-derived product. It has proteins, growth factors, and cytokines in it. As far as US standards go, it needs to be screened for anything scary, diseases, and adverse things, as well as content of impurities. So they do the same sort of thing, I would imagine, as TNS, and they filter through the best concentrations from a wide pool of donors so that they can have the best likely outcome of these growth factors to be healthy growth factors that are triggering angiogenesis and collagen synthesis and elastogenesis. So all of the good things that we would hope to get from growth factors and human-derived specimen. Next up is a brand that I'm not real familiar with, Calecim. I chose their professional serum. This one is pretty pricey. It's meant to be a little bit different. The NeoCutis is also meant to be a daily, twice-a-day product like the TNS. This one is meant to be a post-procedure. So once you've had microneedling or laser treatment or something to help you recover and stimulate further beyond whatever injury-related treatment you had. So 5 milliliters, which is a sixth of the size of the 1 fluid ounce, and that is $100. So if you dialed it up and tried to compare the two, you would be talking about $600 for the same amount of product as the TNS or the NeoCutis. So very different price points here, but also different application. It seems from my little bit of looking online that a lot of people do actually use this once a day, even not post-procedurally, just to get that stimulating effect, and they swear by it. They call their technology PTT6, which is growth factors, to stimulate a variety of skin properties. They do have exosomes in there as their delivery system. Albumin is in there. It is a human-derived product. Albumin is... It's an osmoregulator, which means that it's going to kind of balance the amount of moisture inside or outside of a skin cell, as well as just in the skin tissue. And then fibronectins are glycoproteins. The only feedback I saw really consistently about this actual product is that it does have a particular scent. The old TNS users will remember this scent. It's interesting. It's very fleeting, but the company reports that is because it comes from cord lining extract. Again, I'm not going to dig too deep into where this comes from because of the ick factor for many of my friends here, but you can do the math on that. Human-derived, and this should help you bounce back. It should be mildly anti-inflammatory so that once you've had something like microneedling or laser with that redness, irritation, that angry part of things, it's going to help modulate that down so that you recover faster as well as have a better result. Because of all those microchannels in your face now, we've broken the skin, so this doesn't need a real astute delivery system, but it does use exosomes for its delivery. So we know that it's going to get in there, get to those fibroblasts, and really trigger that amazing collagen and elastin synthesis. So that's Calecim. Plated intense serum. This one uses human platelets. They are human derived. This one, there are two versions. There's the intense serum, which is 15 milliliters or half a fluid ounce for $258. That is meant to kind of get you your skin boot camp. It's meant to prime your skin to be nice and resilient. You're supposed to do it for, I believe, 6 weeks, and then move on to the daily serum, which is a full fluid ounce or 30 milliliters. That one is also $258, but both of them have over 1 trillion exosomes. Now, remember from our last video, exosomes are the delivery vehicle. In this case, it is human platelet extract that they have. This is as close to topical PRP, platelet-rich plasma, that you can get. Platelet-rich plasma is something that when you draw it up, it's really only good for about 4 hours, similar to stem cells. It is usually drawn from your own arm and then autologous. It's treated back to you. So you pull out, spin down, get the good platelet-rich plasma, and then inject it into the skin or microneedle it into the skin. This is a topical that you don't have to break the skin to get it delivered to those fibroblasts. You can truly just, I have tried it. I don't know that there's anything left in here. Nope. But this is the intense one, cute little guy. There are refills for, I think, 10 or 20 bucks cheaper than buying the original exterior part of it. I did see some nice improvements from that. That's another video, but their magic trick for plated is just that they've managed to make it shelf stable for a year. This is not something that needs to be drawn out of your own blood. It's just the platelets in there. The two formulas, daily versus intense, are slightly different, but generally they have some nice conditioning agents for the skin, some hyaluronic acid, some glycerin. They're just going to be nice, nice feeling textures. It is just human platelet extract. They report that it is from U.S. blood banks, blended to diversify the risk of low-performing samples. There's not a whole lot of other info. There aren't a whole lot of other supporting agents in here. So we don't have any other growth factors synthesized or otherwise. We don't have any peptides, nothing else that's really going to stimulate the skin. But I imagine from the research they've done and from the studies that they've published, which is very nice to be able to read it, it's hard to do just that, of stabilizing platelets in a topical formula and making that topical formula be effective without breaking the skin. So I'm not going to call them out too hard for not putting anything else in there that would help stimulate skin, because it's hard enough to do what they did. Next up is NeoGenesis. This was not a brand I was super familiar with. Their booster serum, they say it is 40% of their S²RM technology. Price point is 5 milliliters or a sixth of an ounce. Is $51 US and 50 cents. Half an ounce or 15 milliliters is $156.50. And a full ounce or 30 milliliters is $293.50. Their big point of difference is that they say they have tested it and it does not promote cancer cell proliferation, which is a big thing. When I was talking about growth factors and how they can be a little bit shady for people who have a history of skin cancer, this would be a game changer, because you can get the same sort of stimulating effect that you would with any of these other advanced technologies, or similar effect, without that risk of abnormal cell proliferation. So that's out of my depth. I don't know. You would have to talk to an oncologist or at least a dermatologist, board certified dermatologist, to understand how they can make that claim. I read through the research studies that they cite and it's over my head. So I will cautiously take their word for it and say that they've done the research to say that. As far as what's in it, it is powered by a 50-50 blend of human adipose mesenchymal stem cell conditioned media, which is just, that's one of the places you can get stem cells on a human being, is from the adipose tissue, your fatty tissue. And the other is human fibroblast conditioned media, very similar to TNS Advance. They also added in silk amino acids, baobab seed oil, or seed extract, wheat protein, and rice proteins. So they did do other things that are going to help nourish the skin and stimulate it to do a little bit better, as well as some antioxidant protection. So I do like that they added some other fun stuff as opposed to just sticking to the products of the stem cells. That's the other thing. They don't actually have live stem cells in this product. It is the products that come from those stem cells. So the growth factors, the cytokines, the proteins that come out of those stem cells, that's what they have harvested for this product. Last but not least is my own addition to this review, and that is Defenage. It is their 8-in-1 Bio Serum. No, I have not been compensated for any of these. These two I bought with my own money, on sale for sure, but yeah, there was no PR involved with this. If someone would like to send me some PR on some of these, I would happily give it a nice objective review, but for now this is just the stuff that I had and have tried versus stuff that I just had to read about. Defenage, they use the Defenage technology. That's that immune-created cell that is a little messenger cell that nudges your stem cells to wake up and do their thing. This is 100% in line with my philosophy towards skincare, and that's why I included it. Along with that cool and new technology that's very interesting, they included, they call it the 8-in-1 serum because there are a lot of other technologies that they have in there. They have a great variety of antioxidants in here. They have niacinamide, they have hyaluronic acid, they have ingredients that are going to be calming and soothing. They also included a source of DNA repair enzymes, which is another technology that I'm really interested in. I don't know why it hasn't taken off, but I would imagine it's because it doesn't perform as well visually as it does, undoing the damage that UV radiation provides and all that kind of stuff. But DNA repair enzymes are fascinating to me. Matrixyl synth 6, we know that helps with the 6 factors of extracellular matrix, so it makes the soil that is your skin super healthy so that all the skin cells are happier and healthier coming up, as well as ergothioneine, nice antioxidant, but it's also going to help decrease pigment. It's also going to increase your own endogenous, what your body naturally produces for antioxidant protection. So it's an antioxidant on its own. It's going to help make more antioxidants from your body, as well as help inhibit some pigmentation. So all of that and more in one serum, that's the kind of well-aging, anti-aging serum I want to invest in. Something that, yes, I'm getting some cool new technology with the Defenage, but I also want to know that I'm getting the tried and true technology as well. Not super cheap, but I like that they do a little sample size. 10 milliliter for $56 US. There is a 30 milliliter or 1 fluid ounce for $185, or you can step it up for just a few dollars more to 45 milliliter or 1.5 fluid ounce for $198. So just like $7 more. I love the texture of it. This one is the most concentrated of their whole line. They have like a moisturizer and eye cream, a lot of different products, but you're really just supposed to use 1 pump of this for face and neck, and then 1 for décolleté. I overused it, so I burned through this way too fast, but if you get the larger size, they have sales all the time. That is pretty good bang for your buck, especially if you are somebody who is not able to tolerate retinols. This is meant to replicate similar effects as far as well-aging, dealing with fine lines, wrinkles, sagging, pigmentation, all the things, as well as pores in a really unique way, which we can talk about another day. Goals to Get Glowing is the one who talked about this and got me interested in it because she does such thorough reviews. I will link her Instagram down below. She's amazing. And a Midwesterner too, like me. So that is a very, very quick overview of some advanced technology, growth factor products, some human-derived products, and let me know what you want to see in the next video. Otherwise, I'm going to deep dive into these 2 products because I have tried them and can talk about personal experience. But I wanted to get this out for Black Friday customers. I didn't touch on any of the sales. You can do your own research. If one of those technologies jumped out at you and you were like, oh my gosh, that sounds great, check for Black Friday deals. A lot of them did have some postings of like big discounts, or like this one, it's buy one, get one 70% off. Their packages are also good. So there's your Black Friday informant for advanced technologies in skincare. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got something interesting and useful out of this. Let me know in the comments what else I can do to help in your skincare journey. Until next time, be well, my friend.